To reveal all the components of my multiscope file, I will come in Window, Property of the Sequence, and there I see that indeed I have several components in my window. I have a video track, to which is back in my view 1, a video track of my screen capture, and I have 3 sound tracks. So once I have all my sources synchronized, for example the screenshot, the external view and my audio, and they are all exactly the same length, I can open QuickTime Pro Player 7. I open each of my tracks with QuickTime Player 7. I put in size adapted to my screen so that you can see a little bit what I'm going to do. So I have my audio, my screen recording and my view 1. First I select all my view 1, so in Edition, select all, and you can see that all is selected, and then copy, file, new file, and paste. So now I have a new file with my view 1, duration 1 minute and 24 seconds. And now, not to make a mistake, I will close my view 1. So now for my screen recording, I'm going to do Edit, Select All, Copy, except that if I do Edit, Paste, I see that I have my video which is put in a row, and that's not what I want. So we want to have both at the same time in sync. So I cancel, and I will use a very interesting feature of QuickTime Player Pro called Add to Selection and Scale. So remember that we have the same scale ratio since all my sources have the same duration, so they are all at the same scale of 1. So if I come and scale my screenshots on my view 1, I see that it worked. So I do the same for my audio track, select all, copy, edit, add to selection and scale. Except I don't actually see what happened in my movie, since I only see my screen recording. It's the layer, the layer on the top. To reveal all the components of my multiscope file, I will come in Window, Property of the Sequence, and there I see that indeed I have several components in my window. I have a video track, to which is back in my view 1, a video track of my screen capture, and I have 3 sound tracks. They correspond to each of the video track, and the third track is the iPhone sounding. The first thing I can do is rename each of these tracks. So here's my external view, here's the sound of my external view. Here is the sound of the screen recording, the video track is the screen capture view, and here the sound of the iPhone audio. Now I have all my elements renamed, it'd be easier to navigate. I'm going to go to the screen recording view, and you can see underneath there a little menu, and I'm going to click on the visual setting tab because there is the one we're going to be interested in. So I can do several things. I have a display size, a scale size, and an offset. My view is 1920 pixels by 180 pixels. If I want this view to be below my view 1, so my view 1 is hidden by the screen recording in a lower layer, I have to apply 180 offset to it. So now I click on another to validate my offset. So this is an offset relative to my view 1, and you just have to enter the number of pixels and click and your screen recording is put below. If you want to have the screen recording next to the view one, you can put 0 back and finally make 190/20 offset pixels, and you see you have the result right away. And if you finally prefer to have the screenshot on the left, you come to put 0 in the external view. I'll shift 119/20 in width. When you do your analysis, if you want to focus on the external view, for example, you can cancel the screen recording view easily by clicking in the boxes. Concerning audio, if I click play,
to see if it's...
I hear my 3 soundtracks simultaneously. So if I click on the boxes and I choose only the audio of iPhone, I can play.
So to see if it's good.
So now my editing is finished, so I can go on File, Save As, and now I will save my project in a .move format file and name it Cat Video VM for multiscope view, and save as an autonomous sequence. So here the weight of my .move file is the sum of the weights of all the tracks, video and audio, that we put inside. So here 236 mega is the sum of my video and audio tracks. Here it is a small file of 1 minute, but you see that if you have 2-hour files that weight 3 gigas and you have 3 views, your final file will be 9 gigas. So indeed can be quite heavy to read for your operating system. Now click on Save. This .move format is only readable in Quicktime Player. It's a player wrapper that will define the layout of the view. So here's a presentation of my 2 views side by side. Is the setting only for Quicktime 7. If I open it in VLC, for example, I can open it, you see, but actually I can play the video track external view or screen recording view, but I can't see them simultaneously, and I can see the way I arrange them side by side on the .move. Be careful if you want to put this multiscope view in a presentation, for example, I advise you to export it in .mp4 because the .move will not be readable on PowerPoint. So we have to overwrite our montage when and export it. I can also do an excerpt of my multiscope montage. So I will choose with my arrow, and I can use the arrows of my keyboard to be very precise. And I will click on the key I of my keyboard to select the beginning of my excerpt, and you will see that the cursor will go on my lecture point. So now for the end of my excerpt, I will go later on my video clip, and I will press the key O for out to select, and you see the selection in gray. So I have my selection, and I'm going to click on Edit, File, New Reading Window, and then copy and paste in this new window files. So you see I had a film of 1 minute and 30 seconds, and now this excerpt in the same way. If I do window and sequence property, I kept exactly the same parameter, and when I did my copy and passed, so I can still back put the sound of the screen capture, remove it, click it, and unclick it as I want. Now I can continue on two ways. The first is to save my my file in the same way, to do a .move except file. So now I have my except as a autonomous file in .move, but the other way is to export my excerpt. So if you want to put it in a PowerPoint presentation, for example, I choose where I want to export my file. Then in option, I can choose the video format, so .mp4 for example. And now I have several tabs, video, audio, and publishing tab. And here are all my settings, my video settings. So I will choose codec, H264, the bitrate, and the resolution. So for the size, I keep the actual size because I have the two films in width. It will keep the image size, which one that is on the screen, and for the frequency, I keep the current frequency. So also in audio, I will check the same audio format. In broadcasting, I should nothing to see to check, and I will click on OK. So now I click on save, and it could take a little longer because I'm going through an export function. So of course we are re-encoding the video and audio data according to the settings we defined. Now we really come to re-encode the data. My file is export. It come to close my .move. I return in my extract in .mp4. So now I can open it in any software. For example, if I open it in VLC, well, you have the multiscope on the screen to show you. If I open it with Quicktime 7, I open the window sequence property. I have only one video track and one sound track. So this is a view from an hybrid view, from a multiscope view, but it's now one video stream and one audio track. I can go back, I can change the appearance of my settings, and I can go back. I can actually change my external view in the visual setting, for example. I have to come back in my .move file and change the settings. This is my only possibility to do this, and you have to go through an export phase when you want to include a clip in your publication PowerPoint and on multiscope.